You better not duck me, Thun. You better not. Keith one-time Thurman says that Errol Spence is a bigger puncher than Terence Crawford. But wait, there's more. He says that Errol Spence has never fought an athletic, fast-twitch, muscle kind of guy. That's what I want to talk about in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing on the road to 300,000 subscribers. Help us get there. Hit the subscribe button, the red and white button, for the latest and greatest in boxing. I let you know what's going on in this wonderful, beautiful sport. Now, Keith, one time, you better not duck me, Thun. He says, what I haven't seen Spence face is what I believe me, myself, and Terence Crawford bring to the table, which is obviously somebody that has IQ of that Olympic pedigree. And then besides that, it's the athleticism. You know, he hasn't fought athletic, crafty, fast twitch. I don't know enough of Crawford's power. We've seen him do damage. Keith Thurman continues by saying, I still consider Errol Spence to be the bigger puncher. I consider him the bigger man and the bigger puncher. All it takes is the right punch to finish a fight, not the biggest punch. The athleticism, seeing Spence fight a Crawford, seeing Spence fight a Thurman, is just a test that he's truly never been up against. Now, my thoughts, pretty simple. My thing is this. I feel like Keith Thurman, he's really not in the position as of late to kind of have all these critiques. You know what I mean? Like, Keith Thurman has kind of been the Derrick Rose of boxing, where he's had these absences, dry spells, plenty of inactivity, and, you know, he's being critical. He had 2 belts. This is my honest opinion. Keith Thurman, and some people won't understand it, but if you watch the sport as long as me, you'll know, and if you know, you know. Keith Thurman was the Errol Spence before Errol Spence. What do I mean? Keith Thurman, everything that Errol Spence brought in terms of being a fearful, upcoming guy and having rumors about him and people like, oh, wary of his power, those type of things, that was the repetition. That's the reputation that preceded Keith Thurman as well. When Keith Thurman was like, let's say 17-0, 18-0, a lot of people don't know this. But again, I've been in the game for a minute. I've been in this game for years. It made me an animal. There's rules to this. I wrote me a manual, right? Keith Thurman was slated to fight Maidana, and Maidana's side pulled out. And that, look it up. Don't take my word for it. I'm only being real. Yeah. He was supposed to fight Maidana. But I think Maidana's team looked at, like, you know, further into it and seeing, okay, he has some amateur pedigree. He was like 17-0 with like 16 knockouts, or 18-0, 17 knockouts, something like that. This crazy knockout record. And they probably looked at it as like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? We're not going to take no unknown, dangerous, crazy puncher at that specific time. We're trying to get bigger fish. And they later got that. They got the Broners and the 2 fights with Floyd. So, you know, everything worked out how it's supposed to. But it doesn't change the fact that Keith Thurman was that dude. But over the years, Keith Thurman, you know, and I can't attribute it to any one thing, but I feel like Keith Thurman, maybe in, you know, getting married or going to Nepal, going on these trips and making more money, he just kind of seemingly lost some of that hunger. That's how a lot of people, including myself, took it. So for him to say, like, Errol Spence hasn't fought a crafty, athletic, Olympic thinker and all that stuff, is like, I mean, I really feel we can look at anybody's pedigree and then find out what they've done less of and try to amplify that. People did this oftentimes with Floyd Mayweather. What do I mean? Floyd Mayweather, great as he is, people would say, oh, he won't fight black fighters. And then he'll beat Shane Mosley, beat Berto. Like, he fought black fighters, right? But there was a whole narrative and whole spin that Floyd was staying away from, you know, black guys or black fighters with a style that could beat him. And then every black fighter he fought, he beat. You know, from you have DeMarcus Corley, Zab Judah, Shane Mosley. You know, we're talking about Berto. We're talking about legendary fighters, right? So people always try to put some kind of like cap or stigma on you. Like, okay, you're unbeaten, but fight a black fighter. And even if it doesn't pertain, Floyd beat every black fighter he fought, like I said. Then if that wasn't what was beating Floyd Mayweather, people said, oh, Floyd's afraid of southpaws. He don't want to fight Manny Pacquiao. He fought Pacquiao, beat Zab Judah, beat every southpaw he fought, you know? And then people will say, oh, but he didn't fight Amir Khan. He's somebody with Amir Khan's speed. They're always going to invent new monsters. When you are truly great, that's what happens. I get it all the time because I know I'm great at what I do, you know? So they say I can't do this, and then I do it. And then when I do this on the channel, then we working on the next thing. And then they'll have a new monster, new levels, new devils. And that's kind of what it is. Keith Thurman saying he hasn't fought against a crafty, fast twitch guy with power and all this stuff. But then who has Keith Thurman fought that matched that bill either? You see what I'm saying? So if we're really just analytically breaking down what is being said, then we have to be even Steven. So who is Keith Thurman? Because, okay, Sean Porter is crafty and fast, and, you know, I don't know about the power. I don't know exactly how much power he has if it's the upper echelon, but Errol fought him. So what do you mean he hasn't fought athletic? Sean Porter's like athletic, and some people even say like football style and all these different things. So he's definitely athletic and he's crafty. He had an amateur pedigree, beat Usyk in the amateurs. So it's like, what is Keith Thurman really talking about? And Keith Thurman fought Sean Porter, and it could have went either way. Errol Spence fought Sean Porter, and he started edging it out and dropped Sean Porter, something Keith Thurman didn't do. So the logic behind it is kind of missing me, because again, Keith Thurman just fought Mario Barrios. So is he this Olympic ring IQ crafty guy that he's telling Errol Spence to fight? And then meanwhile, if you want to talk about fighting athletic, crafty, you know, astute people, Jerron Boots Ennis is calling out Keith Thurman as well, you know, and then he can show us what he's talking about. Beyond that, they're talking about the fight is being made. So clearly there's no fear from the Errol Spence side to take on whatever style, because they're talking about the fight has been agreed. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I don't think Errol Spence is the true reason we've been waiting as long as we've been waiting for that. So Keith Thurman's commentary on the Brian Custer show, it missed me a bit. You know, it sounds like some people talk to be talking. When I do commentary on boxing, I don't just speak just to hear myself speak. I speak to educate. I speak to inform. You know, I speak to the youth. I speak the truth, those types of things. Some people, it's like they want to, like, I'm an Aries, so maybe it's just different with me. But some people, they want to play devil's advocate in situations where they probably don't need to. Because again, if Keith is going to say Errol hasn't fought this crafty, athletic ring IQ guy, then who has he fought that matches that either? You know what I mean? Pacquiao's 40 years old. And again, Errol Spence was scheduled to fight the same person. And I think he would have beat Pacquiao, especially if you look at how the Ugas fight played out. I always would have picked Errol Spence anyway, you know, because I know what Pacquiao struggles with. But, you know, the unfortunate eye injury put a halt to that. Let me know how I did in this video. SLC, subscribe, like, and comment. I'm truly the best in the business, and you already knew that. And I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with a $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We work.